Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've come on to do my hashtag make art with Martha. I'll leave a link in the channel to Martha, and she sets a challenge, a prompt every month, and the prompt this month is birds. So you can make what you like: tag, card, journal page, mixed media, anything you like. So I'm going to make a card, and I've gone through my stamp sets and things like that. So I've just got, this is some cardstock. I've just literally folded it in half and it works out at 6 by 7. I've got some green cardstock which I'm going to stick on here. I've also gone through and got some various stamps. I've got these little bird ones with the bird house and little birds here. This one was birds and butterflies. I've got some green sort of grass. I've got a little feather stamp. I don't know exactly which ones I'm going to use at the moment, because I've also got this little outline stamp, and I've got this one that says birds of a feather flock together, and then this is a little birdie told me stamp. And I've also got, let me get this out, this was from my was it creative stamping? Yeah, creative stamping set, which has got this beautiful bird on. And I think I want to have a go of this, but I want to do two, and I have never done a mirror image before, so I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm going to have a go at it. And I haven't got a gel plate, and that's what you would normally use to do a mirror image. So I thought, well, what have I got that's similar to a gel plate? And all I could find was my sort of sloppy mat for my Gemini. So I'm wondering if I can fluke it and try this. I don't know if this is going to work at all. So I'm just going to give this a wipe, because I should have really had a go of it off camera because I might make myself look a fool here. So I'm thinking I want to do two of these. So I need a piece of card. So I just need a plain piece of card, which I've got in here. Let's get some scrap card out, shall we? And see if that works. Have I got a bit big enough here for the bird? I normally chuck some bits and pieces in here. I reckon that's big enough, isn't it? Yeah, I reckon that's two will fit on there. Right, so let me get my stamping platform out. I don't really know if this is going to work. I've got a couple of options, so I have got a backup plan if it doesn't work. So I'm going to do that bit in a minute. I want to just see if I can do this this bird first. So if I put that right in the corner, just hold that down there, and I'm going to fuzzy cut this out anyway, so that can go there. This one's going to be fine because I'm going to be able to do this one. And where's my ink? Where's my black ink gone? There. My desk is a mess. So oh, see, I'm getting in a mess already. Right, let's just put that down and see how that comes out. Okay, that's all right. Look, I had a bit of biscuit, sorry. A bit of my biscuit from earlier. Let's just go for that again, because it hasn't quite done the top of that wing. There we go. I'm probably going to end up getting it all over my fingers. Just making sure that you can see this in the camera. Yeah, right, hopefully that one. Yeah, there we go, beautiful. So that's fine. I'll leave that to dry because I'm going to colour that in. Now, let me just wipe this. Now, this is going to be the bit that I'm not sure that I'm going to get right. Now, I've cleaned this. Let's get my ink ready. Clean that. I don't think that's going to... Oh, I don't think it's going to move. But we'll pop that on anyway. So, I think what we're going to do... Just try it in the middle. As I say, I really don't know if this is going to work. So what I'm thinking is I stamp it on a couple of times. Onto here. It may work, it might not work. Say I haven't got a gel plate, so I'm not, this is the first time I've ever done a mirror image, so you're gonna have to bear with me because I might just get it wrong. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is get my paper. Is that the piece I was going to use? Yeah. Here goes nothing. Way, it worked. And then I can have them both facing each other. Brilliant. Oh my gosh. I'm so chuffed with that. I thought, what am I going to use? I just suddenly saw that gel plate. Wow. Well, there you go. I don't need to buy a gel plate. I can do that now. So there you go. You don't need all the gear to have no idea. Now that's one of the neighbours have just turned up outside. I can hear the car because I've got my craft room. I've got a little balcony and I've got the door open because it's so hot today. I'm not complaining at all, but I needed the breeze. So of course, if she sees or hears anyone, she's going to make a noise. Right, I am chuffed with that, people. I really am, because that was a wing and a prayer. I wasn't sure. Now, it could have been a bit darker. I just don't know how I would get that, because there's no way I would be able to press it again in the same place. So maybe I need to ink up the pad a little bit more, but that just shows you, doesn't it? So I'm just going to be colouring those in a minute, but I'll get my card back. My thoughts were, now I've got my shimmer inks out and I've not used these before, and it's really hot today and I put them on the windowsill. So yeah, there you go. Note to self, do not put new shimmering inks on the windowsill because they've melted. Can you see? Yeah. So I've got some, I'm just going to give it a little practice because I don't know what this is going to come out like. These, you need to come in, Daisy, because it's far too hot out there. Just seeing. Yeah, there is a bit of shimmer to that. Let's just try that one. Well, that's a bit darker, isn't it? And that one's even darker. Oh. Oh yeah, that's really shimmery. I don't know if you can catch that. I quite like that one, the goldy sort of one. So my thought was, this is my card. So I'm going to put some of this, because the green's going to go on. There's a slight border, but I'm going to put some of this around the edge. So let's just give it a go, shall we? And hopefully it will give a little bit of a shimmer. So yeah, don't put your inks on the windowsill, will you? I just got them out the cupboard and thought, oh, I'll just put them there while I get everything else ready. Did I forget about them? Yes, of course I did. And now we have a wobbling mess, a melted mess of two of those. So yeah, these were, I think, the Heritage. Yeah, Heritage iridescent metallics. Well, won't do that again, will I? Won't make that mistake twice. I think once this dries a bit more, you get a bit more of a shimmer. I mean, I only want it right on the edges anyway, because you're not going to see most of it once I put the green on. Right. Yeah, I think I've ruined those ones. Never mind. Where's my cloth gone? There. Let's just get rid of that, because I don't want that going on my card. There we go. Right. Then we're going to pop this piece down here, because that's going to be our base. But I'm wondering if I should just use this first before I stick it down and see what I'm going to put on here. So I want to try this as well. So I've got a circle, which I think is going to be too big. So I'm wondering if I've got a smaller circle. I could go round the edges. Let's go with what I was going to do, shall we? So I was going to put this on my block and get my clear embossing powder. Probably should have done this in the stamping block because I had it ready. Get rid of that. And then I'm just going to stand up and push that down. Right. While that sticks in there, I'm just going to get my gold. See, I have got a, this is enchanting gold. So I've got two. I've got this enchanted gold, or I've got just gold. I'm thinking I might go with the enchanted gold. Let's try it, shall we? That's all we can do. Pop that to the side. Pick that up. Let's get the scrap envelope that I've got there. And let's pop some of this down. Probably should have shut the door for this bit, because if the wind comes through, I am in trouble. Try and hold it right at the edge, because I didn't get the stamp right to the edge, did I? My brush. Just want to get that bit off the edge. Oh, messed that bit up, didn't I? Oh, here comes the wind. Right, there we go. Let's get that down and let's get this away before I lose it all. Glitter everywhere here. Getting in a right old situation here today. Right, get rid of that. Let me just turn my heat embossing tool on. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to heat emboss this, and I'm going to also cut these out and colour them off camera, because otherwise it's going to make this video too long. So I'll come back in a minute. Right, everyone, I'm back. So I did the stamp onto the card with the enchanting gold, but I didn't quite like it. So I went in with the other gold, but I did the stamp quite a few times and did sort of like a pattern, which I'm really liking. I'm not sure you can get the shimmer, but it looks really good. So I like that. I then went ahead and cut out the two little birds. Fuzzy cutting isn't great, but I used fresh yellow with a mixture of tiger lily for the orange and then Verona blue. And these are just my aqua markers that I used. So that's the birds. So let's get to our card. I did have out this little grass stamp, which I did wonder whether to pop some grass at the bottom. But I think what I'm going to do is put my card together first and see what we think, because I'm not sure that I'm going to need it. So I was thinking that that's going to go in the middle. And with my mirror image, my first ever, I was going to put these two facing each other. Somewhere like that. Now I did have this image, so I wonder whether I put that round first of all and then I put them on together. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think what I need to do is stick this down into place so that it doesn't move and I know where I am. I'm absolutely so chuffed that I did this mirror image. Right, let's just put that there. And then I'm just seeing where the middle is, about there. There we go. Just put that down. I don't really want to touch that glitter because it's everywhere as it is. Right, and then what I was thinking is, am I going to be able to emboss this onto that circle, or am I going to mess it up completely? Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? And that's to do it. But I think, rather than risk it for a biscuit, I'm going to do it in the stamping platform because I've got a little bit more of a chance of getting it right in there. Now that is the right way, isn't it, for the card? Let's just make sure we've got it round the right way. Yes, we have. So let's pop that there, get that right in there nicely, and that's not going to move. And then I'm thinking that that will go together like that. We can only hope, can't we? We'll see. So let me get my ink. I'm just making sure that you are completely in shot. Sorry about that. Can't remember if I've used this stamp before or not. We'll soon find out, won't we? Here we go. Wish me luck. Now, I can do it a second time if it's not right. And I'm glad I did it on the stamping platform because, yeah, it hasn't come out completely. That might be because of the gold embossing. Not sure. There she goes. Typical again. So, let's have a look. Let's see. Any better? Yeah, bit better. I'm going for one more. Third time lucky. Third time lucky. Come on, it's like stirring the witch's pot, making my potion. Please work. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. That's fine. I'll just wipe this over because I'm in an absolute state of affairs here. I've got ink everywhere and I've got gold glitter all over, embossing powder all over my desk. Honestly, what a situation. Okay, so I'm going to keep that in there for a minute because I just need to decide, because my birds, I just want to see how big that sign together is. Birds of a feather. I reckon we'll do it there. And then I'm wanting this little birdie told me. If I put it there, yep, I'm happy with that. Let's take those birds out the way. Put them there a minute. And let's get that stamped up. I'm just going to use black again so that it all matches. Now the bird of a feather, the little birdie told me is going to be fine because that's going straight onto the green. But the other one is birds of a feather flock together. Might need a couple. Yeah, that's not come out. I'll do both of them again. I'm getting it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to do that one again. I'm not going to move the other one. I don't need that one anymore. But do one more, so that's 3. I think just because we've got the embossing powder on it. Right, that'll do us. It's going to be, yep. There we go. Let me just wipe that black off there. Otherwise it'll end up staining. Right, that one's clean. And that one's clean. There we go. Okay, so let's take that out. Put that out the way. And come back to our card. Now it's quite plain, isn't it? So what I'm thinking, one more thinking, where's my little block? Because I've got this lovely little feather, which I'm thinking maybe a brown I could do on that, or a gold, because I have got a gold. That one is, let's see what that comes out like. I'm going to do it, I've got a bit of this spare green here. So I'm just going to do it and see what it comes out like. Oh, what do we think? Not quite brown enough. Let's have a darker brown, shall we? I've got chestnut. I wonder if that's going to be too brown. Chestnut colour, which is quite dark. Okay, or do we just go black? I was just thinking brown would be better for the leaf. Brown. It's a feather really, isn't it? It's not a leaf, it's a feather. Maybe black. Okay. But I've even got my glitter all over there. Yeah, it's going to have to be black, isn't it? Because that's just so much nicer. So I'm just going to do a few feathers here, there and everywhere. Get that bit of scrap under there. Just twist it round and do it a different way. Probably doing too many now. Oh, I like them. One more. Probably saying, stop, Jenny, stop. And then maybe just a half of one up there, on and off the page. There we go. I like that. Yep, we like that. So let's get that stuck down, shall we? Let's get that stuck down. I wonder if this was thicker card, I might miss thicker green. I might have raised some of it up, but it's not, so I'm not going to. And I'm just going to put plenty on, make sure it sticks down. Let's just get this straight. Make sure that that's right. Got a little time for wiggle room. Right, there we go. Close that up a minute. Right, and then I'm going to raise my little feathered friends. If I can get my, oh, just drop that little dot bit out. I've got some, I might need to cut these, so let's get the scissors and cut these in half. I was thinking of going around the edges on the white bit, but I haven't. So I'm going to need a tiny bit. Let's cut that in half. And then I'm going to need an even thinner piece for the beak, aren't I? Because that's going to, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do the beak. So I think that's just going to have to float in the wind. Right, let's just get rid of that release paper. This has ended up being quite a long video now. Didn't mean it to be, but I wanted you to see the process, because I was trying my hand at the mirroring. Now, I think it was about there, wasn't it? Do you know what? I'm just going to go for it there. So that's going to go there, and then that's a tiny little bit there I can use for that wing. And then let's chop this piece up. That can go down there. And we want a bit for the tail, which will go there. Bit for the middle. Still a bit big. And then a tiny bit there. And then that can go back on there. Right, there we go. Right, let's get that off. We're nearly there, people. Yeah, sorry it's taken so long. A few little fiddly bits. But there we go. Right, and then we're just going to place this about there. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm not going to put a sentiment on it at this time because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. So that again is my make on hashtag with Martha, and her prompt this month was birds. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do hit the like button if you have, and I'll put a link to Martha's channel on here, and go over and see what she's made, and she'll have a link to everyone that's joining in on hers. So thanks very much for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.